they've made it so that you can bypass your implementation architects and
Mm-hmm.
your platform developers think, oh, I just need to pop this up. I just have to follow this knowledge base and I can put this information in, and as long as it's sending off, it's fine. They're not taking that next step of, one, is the data coming through correctly, but then even the step after that, does the data that's collected answer the business questions? Or what should have been done is, what are the business questions so we can structure the data that's being passed in so that it's coming in? It's not just passing data, because I've seen that one too many times where you have the digital analytics art implementation engineer and architect asking questions, and it's, we don't have time for questions, or we don't know, we just can't think about that right now, we just need to get something wired up. They push those people aside and they just hand off a generic knowledge base article to developers like, hey, I've got this ticket to put this up, I'm going to do it, and then either the data's wrong or it's not in the proper context.
Yeah, so there's a couple things happening here that most people are incredibly uncomfortable with calling out. So, number one, you have some new and emerging vendors and technologies that are pushing the narrative of thinking about how you collect data is stupid. Um, and in part, I do understand where they're coming from, because there's so much frustration with data collection where a stakeholder will come in and ask a question, and we're like, we're not capturing that. We need to capture it. So in part, I understand their position of just capture everything. But the way they're positioning it, I think, is incredibly harmful, in that they're just saying, you don't even have to think about it. Like, our solution has AI and it's like really fancy and it just does all the thinking for you. That should be a massive, massive warning sign, that you're going down a path that's going to get you in a lot of trouble. But in the context of this conversation, again, it's taking away your incentive to learn and understand about the data that you're collecting. It's de-incentivizing that. So we're becoming dumber from a data literacy standpoint instead of smarter. So that's number one. Number two, the thirst for more money is a problem. And I'm going to call out Google, the Google Partner Network, maybe for this. Because this has been a trend of the Google Partner Network for many, many years, where they will purposefully and by design circumvent the analytics programs within organizations and go directly to a marketing program, a product program, and say, you don't need those guys. Like, we'll just slap this on there for you and implement it, and then you guys kind of can do some analysis and make it work. And I blame the partners for this, because they're thirsty for more and more money, and that they found that this is a proven technique to do that. But if they were to take one step back and themselves think critically and say, is this the right approach for our client? Is this setting them up for long-term success? Or is this creating doubt and mistrust in the data in general, and misaligning with the people, the very people that have been tasked with being the data experts in the company? If they were to ask that question and truthfully answer it, they wouldn't be doing this, but they don't care. All they care about is, it's just another quick buck for us to earn. So, I think when we combine those two things together, we're in a really precarious time right now, where vendors literally don't give a shit about the long-term health of their clients. And doubling that issue with vendors saying, we've done all the thinking for you, whether it's the data collection side or the analysis side. It's very trendy right now to say, you don't even have to hire a data scientist or a smart analyst or someone that's an architect. We've built all this powerful AI into our platform to do all the thinking for you. All of these things are creating a more dumbed down, less informed, less data literate digital analytics ecosystem, and people that are participating in that, rather than a more informed.